What's going on, my friends and foes? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. I say friends and foes, but none of you are really my foes, right? Trolls, haters, you're not my foes. You're not important enough to be my foes. But anyways, here we are on the 12th of June, 107.7K right now. We actually, from a low to a high, let's see. Low to high right here. You pulled all the way down to the 382. 106.6K right there. Perfect. That was it, y'all. That was it. That's it. This move, this is literally the definition of a strong move. Do you want me to prove it to you? And let me explain why that's important. Okay, let me explain why that's important. Typically, in strong moves, you will bounce right off the 382. Typically. Right? If you're having a strong move up or a strong move down and you come up to that 382, you look for this exact kind of interaction. That exact kind of interaction. It's so common. I mean, if you've been following the channel for about 3 years now, or even a month now, you've seen this. You've at least seen this happen a few times because these kind of moves happen all the time, man. Very, very common, right? We know it was a strong move because if we take the all-time high to the low that we recently had there on June 5th, all-time high to low, you ripped. What else could this be other than a strong move? You didn't find any turbulence until you hit the 886. I shouldn't say that. You found turbulence maybe, but you didn't reject anywhere until you hit the 886. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, you just basically went straight up. That's not common. That's literally ripping through the golden ratio on the first attempt is the definition of a strong move, and that's what you did. Not only that, you pulled back through. And you did pull through the golden ratio, in all fairness, on this one, but it didn't happen immediately, right? Originally, back here, we were talking about the possibility of pulling back to the 382, but the only way that outcome would happen is if you broke through the golden ratio that day, like immediately, but you didn't. So that was off the table. Yesterday, we were flirting with the idea, this exact idea here, actually low to high, of hitting the 382. But we were considering, I'm not trying to pretend like I called that perfectly. That was just a consideration of several targets that we had: 104.7K, 107.4K, 106.6K, right there at the 382. I mean, this, just looking at it, it makes so much sense that it would stop here. So perfect. Not only that, you look at the 4 hour, you've got lower lows in the RSI. You're bouncing right off the 40, right where the bulls intend you to bounce, man. Bouncing, bounce city. Bounce away, baby. It's good. It's a good area to bounce from. And then, of course, the lower low with the higher lows in the price is hidden bullish divergence. Anybody who, I didn't complete that thought. I'm like, we got lower lows in the RSI. You're like, is that a good thing? Lower lows in the RSI, normally no, but with higher lows in the price, yes, that is a good thing. And then bouncing all this stuff together. Take away the 382 even. Take away the fibs. What are we doing? We're bouncing right off prior areas of resistance and support here and resistance here. Everything about that recovery right now is perfect. Keep it going. I hope by the time you watch this, we're only higher, right? If we come back down, if we're back down in a very short amount of time after this, I'm on the, if we're on the 4 hour time frame, you look down here at what hour it is, the 12th hour of the day. That's the 4 hour candle that we're on. The 12th hour and after, actually. Or I guess it'd be the end. It'd be the 13th hour technically. But anyways, if we're back down here in a short amount of time, maybe we do. Maybe we do go all the way down to about 104.7K or lower. It's fine. I mean, to be completely fair, it's still possible to go below this low. But with the reaction that we had right here, as of now, I'm confident. Like, I'm 90% confident. It was 80% this whole time. It's 90% now. Just with this 4 hour reaction, we got an hour left. That's the low. We're moving up, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's happening. And we're really set up, you guys, I think, for next week to be glorious. If we're looking at this here, it is Thursday. We still have one more day left in the business week, Friday. And then we have 2 days left in the crypto week, and then the week as a whole, right? The week starts or ends on Sunday. And I don't know how we're going to move up. Maybe we move up phenomenally. If we do something like this, maybe we'll be at new all-time highs by the end of this week. That would be great. Maybe by tomorrow we'll be at new all-time highs if we do something like that. If we kind of meander, like this, and maybe that's not the best example. I don't think that we're going to come back down. Let's see, maybe, yeah, maybe something like this. We get a taste, but we don't like actually get up into it like that, right? If we see some kind of meandering where we're just going higher, lower, whatever, and then we start to finally get into that overbought zone. It's Monday. You see the time frame down here. It says Monday, June 16th. I think being on the 4 hour time frame, moving up at this pace, we're really set up for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the very end of this week or the beginning of next week. Unless we move up at a faster pace today, That's going to be the time when we get into the overbought zone on the 4-hour time frame, and I can only imagine with all these powerful readings, we'll only get stronger readings in the overbought zone too, right? Typically, I mean, not typically, but a good bit of the time we do get above. I guess that is typical, right? A good bit of the time, half the time. Out of this right here, you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4 times did we stop below. 1, 2, 3 times we did stop above. Twice in a row we stopped here or lower, so let's get above there, man. I mean, oftentimes we actually do get above there the more we zoom out. So stronger readings, and this was already a strong move, right? Stronger readings equals stronger move. I wonder actually what we're gonna see. What I'm theorizing here is that from a low to a high, from this low that we just formed right here, we're going to see a stronger move than what we just saw from this low here. I think so. So that points us to about 117K. Of course we would see a stronger move than that. Of course we would. Why of course, C-Zar? Why do you say that like you would expect higher prices undeniably? Well, because we take the all-time high that was to the low that we had on April 7th, and if you see the 1272s here at 121K, that's probably where we're going to rip up to. We'll probably just move right up there, maybe consolidate there for a little bit, and then continue on our way up. I really don't think that we're going to find too much turbulence here. A little bit. Typically with the 1272, if you find resistance, you look to come back down to this area to find support. I don't think we're going to see that. I think we will crowd the 1272, maybe pull back a little, maybe we'll just rip right through it, but I really do think that we're not going to spend too much time at all. We're going to be moving up to 130, 140K, probably around 140K by the end of this month. Yeah, that's the expectation. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll look at some other stuff too. Okay. Let's see here. So the 1 hour looks good. Yes, volume coming in. This is on Coinbase, the second biggest exchange for crypto in the world. So I think by volume, maybe Robinhood has more. I don't know. I wonder who has more, Coinbase or Robinhood for Bitcoin. I would think Coinbase. Looking at that there, that's good volume, right? You were picking up volume on the way down, but you didn't go anywhere after that, and then boom, in your face with more volume, eating it up to the upside there. 1 hour RSI, downtrend, nice little downtrend, right? Very tight-knit downtrend in the RSI. Probably breaking out of it here pretty soon. You could come back down a little bit, maybe form some bullish divergence. It is possible that you could close a 1 hour time frame below this and still hold that low, right? If you're down like this, I guess that's okay. So I want to maybe correct that remark I had earlier. If we come back down, while it is still possible to go below that low and maybe go down to 104.7K, don't fret if we do. If we take out that low, it's fine. I suppose maybe we could get a short term like double bottom or something like that. The only reason I'm giving that any kind of nod of approval is because where we are in this RSI's downtrend, if the downtrend's not over yet, we're not ready to break out, we could find resistance here, right? Lower highs. And then come down, find a higher low in the RSI, maybe a double bottom, slightly lower low, slightly higher low, something like that, and then we'll start to build. Then we'll break out of this downtrend, and then good things will happen going into the end of the day or early tomorrow. But yeah, the 1 hour does look bearish overall right here from this downtrend, but we're set up to be very bullish, right? Downtrends tend to end in the oversold zone with bullish divergence most of the time. They tend to end in the oversold zone. We've gotten pretty deep into the oversold zone there, so we're just looking to break out of this, man, a little bit higher. I think if we get above 108K, we're breaking out of that 1 hour downtrend, and that should likely ignite another step up here. And when I say ignite, I don't mean we're just gonna fly 2 hours from now up to new all-time highs. We could. You never know. Bitcoin can move fast when it wants to. Fast for Bitcoin, you know, like if it wanted to. We're really not that far away from new all-time highs, you guys. Like, whenever I say it could be tomorrow, just from the current price, even with the drop we had, we're only 4% away. Bitcoin on Monday had a 4.2% day. Literally, we're just one good day like that away. We didn't even have that much volume come in from seeing new all-time highs. If we get something with volume, if some kind of big catalyst happens, it could be tomorrow that we're at new all-time highs. Hell, even by the end of today, we got 9 hours left. It's very, very possible. If today closes here, I wouldn't think today closes here. It probably closes a little bit higher. It could close like right around here, I suppose, if we were to pull back down and then bounce, get that bullish divergence on the 1 hour like I was talking about. I think it'd be nice if today closed green, just because then you would have a pivot right there, like right there in the RSI, right? because that's where yesterday closed was right there in the RSI, and now today's red, so you're going down a little bit lower. A look like that would be like a bounce off the 60. You bounce off the 60 whenever you're showing strength, man. That's normally a good thing whenever you're climbing higher. So we'll see. It's not necessary. I'm just saying it would look. I think it would look nicer if today closed green. I'm not expecting a whole lot of action over the weekend, but I have to admit, I think it's been a while. It's been a good while, guys. We like all throughout here. I'd say it was like maybe 1 out of 5 times, 1 out of 3 times that we saw some bigger moves happen on the weekend. Like let's look over here. Let's see. Sunday, if you're looking at this was out of this whole move up, right? This was the big part of the move. And on this, one of those biggest days, which it's not that big of a day, but one of those biggest days was on a Sunday, right? Typically the weekends are boring, but we had a big day on Sunday there. Let's see. Where was another one? Was it here? No. There was more. And again, it's not the common thing to move up over the weekend or to move down over the weekend, but it did happen a good bit of the time over here. Not a good bit of the time, but just at times, I should say. Where's another one? Sunday here, right there, moving down, and the biggest move, like of this relative move down, the biggest day was on Sunday, but Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, literally the weekend you move down there. Right here, Sunday was a big day to the upside, right? And then Sunday, that was actually a very big wicking day. That was a very volatile day. That Sunday, February 3rd, I remember that, right? It's just been a while. All I'm trying to say by this is it's been a while since we've seen any excitement over the weekend. I don't think that we have in quite some time. So normally you don't anticipate that you'd see excitement happen over the weekend. So I'm sticking with that, sticking with the statistics. But we might be overdue for a little bit of an exciting weekend. So if we do start moving up as early as like Saturday or Sunday, that's great. I mean, maybe we do see new all-time highs by then. But I do think at this point, the majority of the move, the exciting stuff, the as fun as this was right here this week, I think the exciting stuff is really going to happen next week. We'll be at new all-time highs. Crypto's going to rip. Ethereum's going to rip too, right? Come on now. Come on now, Ethereum. Yeah, breaking out, back testing for support, and then ripping. Everything's going to be good. We might just, between today and tomorrow, move up a little bit, and then over the weekend, stagnate. And then as early as Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, I would think that's whenever we're breaking out and seeing a phenomenal time. Next week is definitely set up to be good. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. All right, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.